Hey guys, it's Maven and welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my latest MOCs. This case is going to be a part 2 of MOC number 6. This time it's going to be the Magma Shuttle and the Land Dozer. So just a quick reminder, these two vehicles were actually talked about from a previous video I did. The link for that will be in the description box down below. But for now, we're just going to talk about these two right here. Now, according to the title, you probably might know that these two vehicles right here were actually given specific names. But I haven't given a name for this vehicle yet. But just a little bit of an update, this is known as the Sky Fighter. Now, that's out of the way. Let's just move on to the current review. Okay, so to start off this review, we're going to take a look at the Magma Shuttle first. Now, as you can see, this is just pretty much a rocket or shuttle with the aspects of the elements of fire with the color scheme of mostly red. Now, I will just stop right here and say that this clear stand right here, this is not really part of the design. I just use this for a little bit of a display. But just talking about the shuttle itself, I think this is a good one. Now you can see right here, there's this back piece right here, which we'll talk about it later. I'm just going to remove it for now. And as you can see, this thing was only connected through an axle port right there. Now, without that piece, we can see that now it looks a little bit more cleaner. So it's kind of like a rocket taking off like that. So, yeah, there's that. And you may notice that there's a little bit of gray elements right here that looks out of place, but that's just only for the combination. So yeah, there wasn't any way to like cover it up, but this is the best I can do. Now I'm just gonna actually just reattach this piece back on, just so we can get a little bit more of a size comparison. So here we have a standard minifigure right here, and of course we could just tell that the minifigure is smaller than the shuttle. Now we're going to bring in the Night Battle Mech right here, and as you can see, it scales a little bit much taller than the Magma Shuttle itself. So yeah, there's that. And now, with that out of the way, I'm just gonna like deconstruct this to show you what armaments this vehicle has to offer. Okay, so here we have all the armaments from the Magma Shuttle. And as you can see, this piece right here, it did require a little bit of parts forming, but that's okay. Now, instead of me talking about like which armor is which, I'm just gonna like show off like what each armament does from the Night Battle Mech. So I'm just gonna like move these out of the way and show them one by one as I put the armor on this mech. To start off, let's just move from the bottom up. So we're going to take these pieces right here. These are going to act as like the new feet cover for this mech right here. So just like that. Now we're actually going to take these pieces right here, which these are going to form the torso armor. So one goes right here, and you cannot see it. So I'm going to raise the camera up a little bit. Right here. Just gonna zoom in a little bit. Here we go. And now we're gonna actually put this on, but before we do that, we're gonna rotate these pieces around to just expose more of the flame element going on. So that just goes right here, just like that. And now we're going to take these pieces right here. These are going to act as the shoulder armor. One will go on either side, just like that. Now this is getting a little bit more taller. I'm just going to try to move the camera up a little bit. Right here. And now we can just go to the back, right here. And then this whole section right here, this is where this back piece is going to go. So, yeah, it does look like I'm putting the whole the rest of the whole shuttle away, but there's a reason why I did that. And last but not least, we're going to take the weapon. In this case, it's going to be formed as the hammer. and we're just gonna put it onto the exposed fist right there. So put it on and just zoom out the camera a little bit, and there we go. Okay, so here we have all the armor placed around the mech, and I gotta say, I love what I'm seeing though. It's just because of the whole different armor put on this mech, it does also give the mech itself a whole different feel. And yeah, it does look more primarily red now, unlike the primary blue color it originally had. But as you can tell, you can still see some of the blue elements from different points of view. Now, the articulation is pretty much the same though. I mean, you still have it from the arms, the legs, and the torso. But overall, it doesn't really change that much. Now, with that out of the way, let's start moving on to the next vehicle. Okay, so here we have the Land Dozer on its own right here. Now, as you can see, this is just mostly a bulldozer with the color scheme of green and light green. And as you can see, this back piece right here, we'll talk about it just a sec, but from this view, we could just rarely notice it. Now, I'm gonna say, to start off, this is probably like my favorite so far, due to because, unlike the Magma Shuttle and the Skyfighter, this thing on its own does have a little bit of play features, such as you have a moving scoop up and down right here, as well as the cockpit as well, so you can put any minifigure you want. Now, just like the Magma Shuttle, here is a minifigure to scale, just right here, and of course this thing is bigger than the minifigure. But when we bring the Night Battle Mech right here, we can obviously tell that this thing is much bigger than the Land Dozer. Now, with that out of the way, just like the same thing, we're just going to deconstruct it in a quick time lapse. So I'll talk to you in a sec. Alright, so here we have everything laid out right here. Now, just like the Magma Shuttle, there was a bit of parts forming as you just saw from the time lapse. But with that out of the way, let's just start armoring, is that even a word? I don't even know. But let's just put all the armor on to the Night Battle Mech. So, to start off, we're just gonna put on the new chest plate right here. And yeah, this is what I like about this so far, because the scoop right here that was in the front now turns upside down and becomes the new chest armor. Now we're just gonna put it on right here, just like that. We're gonna take the back piece right here, put it right there, and we're going to take these armor pieces right here on either side. There we go. Do the same on the other side, just like that. And last but not least, here we have the weapon. If I can guess, there we go. So yeah. Here we have all the armor from the Land Dozer on the Night Battle Mech. Okay, so here we have all the armaments from the Land Dozer on the Night Battle Mech. And yeah, as we can see right here, the weapon of choice, which is this big revolver, it cannot fit on camera, so this is like the best shot I can get. But overall, as we can see right here, this piece does spin a little bit, with the 4 studs all around, so there's that. Now the shoulder armor, it gets a little bit more interesting, because on either side there are 4 studs. Now, it does make it a little bit interesting as well, because not only it complements the weapon of choice, but it also acts as like there are also guns on its shoulders. So that's a good touch right there. Now, as we can see on the center right here, we can see the big chest plate, which is from the scoop, and I like how this vehicle's armaments does act resourceful to the mech itself. Now, there is kind of like one thing I want to talk about, and that is the same thing with the Magma Shuttle right here that I kind of did not talk about. For both of them, any armor just like what I said, the articulation, it's still the same, but there's only one problem. Unlike the unlike the footfire missiles that are right here, the 4 missiles on these joints cannot fire because of how bulky the armor is that blocks it. Now that is a little bit of a shame that the main weaponry that this mech in its base form have cannot work, but overall, design wise, I think it still takes the cake for me. So overall, these two vehicles are great. They're a great addition to the Knight Battle Mech that I built, as well as supporting vehicles as well. And yeah, however, I mean, of course, there are a bit of flaws into these two vehicles as well as how they contribute as armor, but regardless of that, I still enjoy the customization of it with the mech itself. So that's pretty much it. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Take care. Bye.